All right. So, so what exactly is foundational wellness? I think that term kind of gets tossed around a whole lot, but it's really one of the key factors we have to keep in mind with our health and wellness is the health of our organs. And so, one of the biggest things that matters, as we'll talk through this evening, is the toxic burden. The lower that is, the more healthy we are, the better our body can function, the better our organs can function, and overall feel better. And our nutritional needs being met is so important. So, this piece really highlights the crucial truth that for the body to heal itself, I always believed that our bodies have the innate capacity to heal itself. But in order for that to happen and to be true, the organs have to be functioning optimally. And that requires our body receiving the essential vitamins and minerals and nutrients that we need. And so, if we neglect that truth, it's basically like a farmer planting seeds without tilling and preparing the soil. We just won't get the best foundation and the best organ function on the other side. So this is what we call foundational wellness. It's just this new approach to health that underscores the importance of preparing the body, just how the farmer prepares the soil. And so that's really the first essential step toward healing the body. So the organization of our health really starts at the cellular level. So we have these molecules that are required for the cells to be healthy. And we've got these what we call cofactors or our vitamins and minerals, as most of us recognize them as. Is Kevin, everything's okay? I saw you come to the screen. Okay, awesome. Okay. Um, so basically, if our cells have everything that they need, our tissues can be healthy, our organs can be healthy. If our systems are healthy, then we, as the overall organism or the human body, can be healthy. So basically, you see, when we talk about health, we're really talking about the cellular health and how important that is to our overall body. So those little bitty things really matter. So we're going to use this one quick example of iron. So iron we hear about a lot. A lot of people are iron deficient, but iron is used to make hemoglobin, which basically is inside our red blood cells. Our hemoglobin has a very specific role in our body. And when it's low, our bodies go crazy, and we'll talk about that. But hemoglobin basically carries oxygen from the lungs to the tissues of our body. So without enough iron, we don't get enough oxygen. If we don't have enough oxygen getting to our cells and tissues, then the tissues are deprived and our organs cannot function well. So once those organs have challenges, then it disrupts the whole entire system. So that is one of the things we have to pay attention to because the one little nutrient, the iron, has these mega effects long term. So in this specific case, it could look like having headaches, it could look like confusion, restlessness. A lot of times people complain of brain fog, like they can't think properly or they are losing words or losing their keys or something like that. And they're thinking there's something really deep going on. And it really could just be you're iron deficient. Sometimes it shows up like feeling restless, rapid heart rate. So we call that tachycardia medically. Sometimes it's you're breathing faster just to try to make up for that oxygen deficit that you don't have. And sometimes it shows up like anxiety because you feel like something is off in your body. And it's really just this oxygen deficiency from the red blood cells not getting enough iron to carry. Sometimes even with the iron deficiency, people get like dizziness, especially changing position. So, like going from sitting to standing, they're like, oh man, and sometimes there's like a head rush where it's pounding, and people are like, something's wrong with me. When I sit up or when I lay down, my head is really just pounding. And really, that all comes from that one vitamin that our body absolutely needs. In the worst case, it can cause your extremities, especially like fingers and toes and lips, to turn blue. And that's when the hypoxia gets really, really bad. And so it all comes back to iron, and I think one of the things that I see in practice a lot is that those little nutrients, the iron, the B12, the vitamin D, like magnesium, we could go on, but they all have such incredibly important jobs in our bodies. And when that balance is off, there becomes this huge cascade of events that can make us feel awful and often even can have some really detrimental effects. So, what we believe in doTERRA is that optimal health starts within. Anything, topical things are great. I love me some oils. I've been over here rubbing my peppermint and adaptive and everything to get ready for you guys. But truly, we're putting band-aids on bullet wounds if we don't address the foundational piece. So by prioritizing this foundational level of nutrition and digestion, you can really lay this groundwork for a vibrant and thriving life. So the core of our wellness philosophy in doTERRA is this wellness pyramid that you see on the screen right now. And it serves as this reliable roadmap for holistic well-being, with the nutrition and digestion forming the foundational level. And if you imagine like a pyramid or any building, if the foundation is solid, then the building itself can stand for a lifetime. So the foundational work is so extremely important in our bodies, and it truly starts with the nutrition. So health really starts with putting nutritious foods, the right kind of fuel, in our body. So obviously that starts with eating healthy, balanced meals, but also smart, high quality supplementation helps to ensure nothing is missed. You probably have heard before that it takes so much more food today to get the nutrients. They say like the apples that my grandmother once ate, I'd have to eat 6 to 12 apples to get the same amount of vitamin C. And that is true just because of the way our soil has been, and all of that. But what we know that supplementation is extremely important, because even when you eat perfectly, there are nutrients that we don't get in our traditional everyday diet. So I think dietary supplements is a very widely debated topic. It has been for a very long time, but the fact truly is just that most people do not get the nutrients in their bodies that they need through food alone. So lots of food sources do provide amazing minerals, but especially American adults, they're typically falling short of getting the daily requirements that they need. I feel like I've been in Canada twice now, you guys, and I feel like you all have probably a lot better food than we have here in America. But I still think the nutrient supplementation is very, very important. So, 9 of the most impactful risk factors for health are tied to poor nutrition. Isn't that crazy? When you think about nutrition, I think it is one of those things that we often forget about when we talk about healing, plant-based medicine and that type of thing. But what we're actually eating really accounts for so much of the outcomes that our bodies have, especially when we look into the future as we age with chronic illness, things like diabetes, high cholesterol. A lot of those things are really connected to the unhealthy lifestyle choices that we have. So the unhealthy eating, not getting much physical activity, all of that leads to a poor quality of life and shortened lifespans. And most foods just don't meet the needs of our bodies. So, excuse me, among many other things, what you eat has an impact on your weight, your overall well-being. And the typical modern diet is pretty full of processed foods that lack a lot of the vital nutrients that we need. So obviously your specific nutrient requirements will depend on a lot of different factors: your age, your sex, your exercise level, any family history or personal circumstances that you might have. If you're pregnant, if you have some serious health concerns, any chronic illnesses or such. So the estimated average requirement, or EAR, allows an individual to kind of compare his or her nutrient intake to requirements based upon age and sex. So what I might have to eat in terms of like my vitamins and minerals and protein, grams of protein and such may be very different for you, and that's okay. So we definitely, believe in an individualized approach. So while the amounts and types of nutrients vary from person to person, many people, we just know they don't meet their daily requirements. So the chart on this side um, shows the number of American adults actually who are not reaching their daily nutritional requirement for specific vitamins and minerals. So at 94% and 95%, most Americans are not reaching their daily requirement for vitamins D and E, and nearly half, if not more, don't fulfill nutrient requirements for magnesium, vitamin A and C, and calcium. And that has so many potential health impacts, especially as we age, especially for women as we get to the perimenopause and menopausal part of our lives. Like having that vitamin D and calcium at the optimal levels is so extremely important to us. So when you consume that proper amount of vitamin or mineral, your body is going to get amazing health benefits. So if certain nutrients are missing, like we talked about, your body is not getting what it needs to function properly. And so they say, some of the food cravings that we have, some of those can be psychological. Most of them result from nutrient deficiencies, though. So your body is a very complex system that's always trying to get this balance that we call homeostasis. And to that end, it provides you with these subtle signs to basically incentivize you to get the nutrients that you need. I have a saying, I always say that your body will whisper before it screams. And sometimes we miss the whisper because we're busy or we're used to feeling this thing. I'm always tired. I always kind of have a little headache. I always feel a little dizzy. But a lot of times that's your body's way of saying you need more iron, you need more calcium, you need more vitamin D. So we've really got to do better about paying attention to those things. And we know the diet is a top contributor to early hormonal imbalance. So the two biggest factors that slow down our metabolism are inactivity and poor diet. The poor dieting goes beyond just like high calorie foods. So it also factors in the nutrients you consume, which we've talked about. And if you have a vitamin deficiency, that is going to impact your metabolism. It's going to impact whether your ovaries can produce the estrogen that your body needs, or if you're in a deficit in your progesterone. So there's also an emotional aspect to cravings. A lot of scientists have been studying the connection between carbohydrates, especially sugar, and how it responds, or your brain responds to it. So consuming those sugary foods increases that level of the feel-good hormone dopamine in our bodies, which makes you connect feeling good to consuming carbs. So of course we want them more, right? We want more and more. And there's also been studies connecting fatigue to carb consumption. So we know, like our brains are telling us, if we eat carbs, we're going to feel better. I'm going to have a little bit more energy because of the sugar. When we're tired, what we go for, the sweet snacks, the sweet drinks, those things that are going to give us energy. So overall, what the solution really is that proper supplementation that can provide both kids and adults, because we've got to ensure that our children are getting properly nourished as well. So the supplementation with adequate vitamins and minerals and nutrients are going to, really support our overall bodily function. So, but what if you eat healthy? That's what I was mentioning before. They say today our healthy foods are still different from the historic diets that our genes are programmed for. So for thousands and thousands of years, agricultural breeding has had this goal of improving the yield, so how much they're able to actually manufacture or harvest every year, and improving the taste. And so since a lot of the micronutrients that our body needs don't actually taste very good, they've been inadvertently kind of bred out of our food supply. So the ugly wild apples that you see on the left have about 100 times more plant-based nutrients and much more vitamin C than the apples that you see in the grocery store. So that's just one example of what's happened to our entire food supply. And if you think, looking at those wild apples, they're not very cute. You know, everything that we learn, and all of the imagery we see, like in the media, you think about like little kids bringing teachers their apples. They're like perfect red, delicious looking apples. So we see this wild apple in the grocery store. We've been conditioned not to make that choice because it's not really what society tells us to eat. But you know, even just looking at this, you can see why healthy diets today kind of fail to meet the recommended daily allowances, and even less so with our micronutrients. So, because we know that 70% of our body's immune system actually dwells in the digestive tract, maintaining our digestive system is so crucial to our well-being. We know that your digestive system plays a huge role in your overall health. So it basically acts as the hub for all of your nutrients and decides how everything you eat impacts the rest of your body. So if your digestive health is lacking, you're definitely going to have a lot of uncomfortable issues. That could be abdominal discomfort, that could be bloating, it could be indigestion. You also are not going to get the proper nutrition from the food that you eat. So if your gut is not happy, we call in holistic medicine, a lot of times we call gut mama. If mama is not happy in the house, nobody's happy, right? Like a lot of times men say the happy wife, happy life. If your gut isn't happy, you can forget it. Okay. So we want to make sure that our gut is balanced well, because if your digestive health is doing well, you're going to be able to get the nutrients from the food that you eat and the nutrients in the supplements that you take, and that's going to actually be productive in your body. You're actually going to be able to use it the way that your body needs it. So there are several ways that you can promote your digestive health. Drinking water is one of the easiest things that you can do. The digestive system needs significant hydration to function. So we need you to drink enough water to meet your weight and activity needs, because the dehydration, one of the first signs of dehydration is thirst. Another one is headaches. It can also show up as constipation, dizziness, and a host of other unwanted symptoms. So I always recommend half of your body weight in ounces or 100 ounces of water per day, whichever is the highest. Because I know for a long time it was 64 ounces of water, and science has shown us over the years that 64 ounces is the bare minimum that we need for our body to function, to breathe, to sweat, to use the bathroom, for our digestive system to work and function properly. So we need more like 100 ounces per day to actually be fully hydrated. Eating fruits and veggies, also very important, because they provide these essential nutrients and natural enzymes for overall digestive health and function. So a healthy, balanced diet with the fruit and veggies is going to also improve how your digestive system works. If your digestive system is healthy and able to process those nutrients, you're just going to feel better overall. Moving regularly is very important. It helps your digestive tract to actually move, and it exercise helps your body digest food that normally might take a little bit longer for in your stomach or small intestines to process. So a regular workout routine is definitely beneficial if you suffer from any digestive issues caused by a poor immune system. So if you're someone who's like, I get sick a lot, or I'm having digestive issues, try to be a little bit more active and see if that improves your digestive tract. And then lastly, supplementing your body. Again, taking a probiotic or prebiotic. We'll talk about that a little bit more in depth later. Excuse me, but that's one of the best ways to support your whole body microbiome, because a lot of the, chemical food additives, the artificial sweeteners, food preservatives can interfere with the digestive tract by impacting your microbiome. And so it is very important, like our gut microbiome, our, the bacteria that lives within our digestive tract are in a very delicate balance. So we have to be really mindful of the fact that things sometimes go in disarray. And that can be based upon a lot of things. How much water you're drinking. It can be about how stressed you are, how much sugar is in your diet, a host of lifestyle things. So it's definitely important to keep that probiotic and prebiotic on board so that you are constantly feeding into your digestive tract and making sure that it is properly balanced so that you can get your nutrients from the food that you eat and also feel well in the process. So, along with the lifestyle habits that we've chatted about so far, supplementing your diet when it's necessary, you can replenish your reserve of vitamins, minerals, greens, enzymes, probiotics and prebiotics through supplementation, which we've mentioned, as well as supporting your healthy nutrition level. So today we're going to dive into why these products that you see here are essential to everyone's routine. Okay. So, VMG Plus is, our whole food nutrient complex. It's a comprehensive daily nutritional powder that is designed to optimize foundational wellness. So it's packed with over 90 premium ingredients, including whole food vitamins and minerals, fruits, vegetables, digestive enzymes, probiotics, CPTG certified, pure tested grade essential oils. It really just gives you a comprehensive approach on daily nutrition. Are you guys passing out samples over there? Yeah. So when you look at the box and see all of the different vitamins or I'm sorry, plants that are in there and foods, you would never think it tastes so good. So I hope you guys are enjoying that over there right now. But it's clean, it's vegan and gluten-free, and it's really been crafted to fill those nutrient gaps that we've been talking about today, supporting your energy levels and enhancing your overall health. So we're going to take a look at each of those blends. Okay. So first, the nutritional blend, it includes plant-based derived vitamins, minerals, and essential cofactors. So you see them all here on the screen. Like, it's going to blow your mind as we continue to go through and you see all of the things, the holy basil, the moringa, the water extraction, the phytonutrients, and everything that are in this nutritional blend, just to ensure we are filling those gaps from what we're not necessarily getting in our diet. There's the superfood blend, which is maybe my favorite. So this piece promotes foundational health and vitality with phytonutrients, so plant-based nutrients, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. You can see all of those equivalencies here, strawberry, dark sweet cherry, kale, cabbage, spinach, artichoke. Can you all taste any of those in there? When I first tasted this, I tasted it without looking at the ingredients because I'm like, if I know what's in it, I will not like it. Like mentally, I will not like the taste of it. But it tastes so amazing. And it's really amazing to know that you're getting all of these nutrients. And my kids take this too. So I take my one little sachet a day. My two children currently are 6 and 7 years old, and they split one. So we'll shake it up and then split it in 2 cups for them. And it's really been incredible for them as well. So the cellular support blend, this piece supports the cellular health and antioxidant defenses. So this piece is also really good for your immune system. And feel free to screenshot these, but there's a ton of amazing things here. The CoQ10, we've got pomegranate polyphenols, we've got curcuminoids from turmeric, ginger, pine. I mean, you could literally go on and on and on. The broccoli seed extract. So I feel like doTERRA was very, very intentional with each and every piece of this foundational nutrition piece to ensure that we are getting what our body needs in order to support our overall health and wellness, to support our immune system, and at the smallest point of our lives, the cellular health, and making sure it's getting what it needs as well. And then we've got the biotransformation blend, which basically provides biologically enhanced nutrients via biotransformation. So basically, these biotransformed nutrients are designed to have gut-friendly nutrients without, any inflammation. So these nutrients basically are designed, it's designed this way so that you can absorb the most, right? A lot of times people take vitamins just from the store and they're synthetic. And so what our body can't process, it excretes. And that's why a lot of times people take a synthetic multivitamin, and then when they go to the bathroom, it's bright yellow or lime green because our body is excreting all of what it could not use. And you don't see that with the way this nutritional supplement has been carefully made. So then we've got the BioAbility Boosting Blend, which basically just enhances the absorption and retention of the micronutrients. There's some essential oils in there, some liposomes as well to really double the increase in absorption and increase the retention. So again, we just want to make sure that what you're taking in, your body can actually use. That is the most important thing that I want you to know about that. So the liposomal technology, if you're curious about how that is effective and how it makes the vitamins different from regular supplements in the grocery store, basically to put it simple, the vitamin C in VMG will absorb into your body 4.1 times faster. The vitamin E in VMG absorbs about 4.5 times faster. The iron, calcium, potassium in VMG plus are more bioavailable and therefore more noticeable because your body is actually able to use them. In fact, doTERRA conducted a study to see how long the VMG plus components last in your body. And the results showed that it lasted over 8 hours for the average person, meaning you have all day energy, stamina, mental clarity, focus, and greater relief from that discomfort that you might have in your life and more. So basically, thanks to the liposomal technology, the VMG Plus is going to do the job you hired it to do, which is give your body nutrients to fuel it and ensure that you are getting everything that you need to supplement your diet. So I think this is the product that I really want to focus on today. The bioavailability piece we keep kind of like harping on is so important because it refers to the rate at which that vitamin is absorbed into the bloodstream and used by the body. So it's not just about talking about a high quality supplement. You have to really care about how much your body is actually able to absorb. So we're going to talk through the essential oils that play a really crucial role in the VMG Plus bioavailability blend. These are some of my favorites. So lavender, peppermint, lemongrass, ginger, and wild orange are 5 really incredible oils that have dozens of benefits, and they all contribute to a very simple morning routine for us. So these are the oils that are used in the bioavailability blend. So taking this supplement, this nutritional supplement, truly is just the first step. It's the first thing that we can do, one of the easiest things that we can do in addition to drinking our water, to ensure that your body can effectively recognize, absorb all the nutrients that you need. Just knowing that when you consume whole foods, you're getting a complex, a mix of vitamins and minerals that your body can use. And it's very different from having something synthetic. So when it comes to supplementation, you need the vitamins and minerals that are sourced from whole foods, right? We want more plant-based nutrition and less of the synthetic. Let's see. Uh-oh. I think we got frozen a little bit. into the how to basically take this foundational wellness system, which is our